Here comes the back nine, weekend round, Pro Division, first look playthrough. Don't forget, hit thumbs up if you're enjoying the content here. Good luck in your games. And if you're not subscribed, please consider becoming a subscriber. It's totally free. Right, here we go then. Let's have a look at what we've got in store for the back nine. Tailwind again, and honestly I feel the wins this week in Pro have been actually quite reasonable. First time in a long time that Pro has been, quite rightly, slightly easier than Expert. So, with that said, 6 top spin, 2 right spin. Again, go with the driver with 6 bar of top spin. Set up as I'm doing here. Give yourself a bit of room away from the rough. Max plus 20 is the adjustment here. Max plus 20, and we're going with some curl to the right. Obviously, if you're using a different driver, check the position of the second bounce. If you've got different ring size, different accuracy on the club that you're using. Bounces very nicely anyway here, and we want to, once again, be around 350 yards, something like that would be good. Second shot, as we did on the front line, going to play with 1 bar of backspin, 3 bars side spin to the right. Got Thorn level 7 here. Obviously, if you've got level 8 or 9, ball guide to the hole, level 7 and lower has a shorter ball guide, so we've got to leave it short. Played this one 85% slider, 10% elevation. Maybe I was off with the aim, maybe we just need to tweak there though. But we should be able to use yardage notes on this one. We just burned the edge, sadly, so a little tweak of 0.1, maybe 0.2. Should see this one in very nicely indeed for an eagle start to the back nine. Look at that one, just taking the edge. Hole 11, in general the par 5s on the back nine are not nasty, but they are, you know, not that favourable either. 6 top spin, 1 left spin. There is no chance really at an albatross with this hole because the rough bump is not going to be on due to the headwind. So max plus 10 here. Check your second bounce is going beyond the rough. If you've got lower level drivers, you will need to push up and add that on to the amount of overpower. I would add a little bit more OP than what you were just into, just to make sure you get over there. Again, got to hit perfect though on this one. Hefty great left or right is going to be in the rough, and this is a bit of a precision drive. We are nicely down the fairway. Minor great balls left and right might be okay. But here, look, even near to max distance here, so we're nowhere near the rough bump, sadly. So I'm just going to go for a containing bounce over shot. 3.5 to 4 top spin. A couple of bars side spin to the left. Is what you need here. And I just play true club distance plus 10%. So estimate the distance of club that you're in, find min and max, and then estimate it. I think I go for about 70-75% slider here. Check out the Academy playlist if you're not sure about using the slider or using min, mid and max. Some great tutorials there on the channel homepage. But either way, just want to bounce over. This one does come in a little bit hot, so I would dial the top spin back. But it's difficult to get the pace right. But, you know, very slim chance for an albatross, so just take your eagle. If it does drop, then of course it's a bonus. Hole 12 is a real awkward wind angle, to be honest. The rough bump is not on, so we have to go with the grizzly for the curl. 1 bar of backspin, 3 bars side spin to the left. And, like I said, going to have to apply curl here. Max plus 10 is the adjustment. You will need to use a Kingmaker. I tried with a Katana. You do go into overpower unless you have Grizzly 9, so that's why we're using a Kingmaker. Max plus 10, and we're just going to have to try and get the curl right, and this is not going to be a guaranteed drop, and it is very much wind dependent. Edge of the ball just touching the outer tip of the triangle to the left. Perfect ball, and again, this is not really something we can dial in. It's one of those, if you can drop it, then great. If not, you're going to be close. We just sneak it in there for a nice hole-in-one, though, so I will take it. Hole 13, I'm actually going to show you a drive that ends up in the sand, because then I'll explain with video about the funnel. And I actually don't mind ending up in the bunker at all here, to be honest. Probably the only hole that you ever want to be aiming for the bunker. That is obviously next best case scenario. Best case scenario is you just hold on the green for a putt. But we're going obviously with backspin and right spin. For backspin to right spin, adjust max plus 10. Going with curl to the right and a little bit of overpower as well. Bounces here, and that's absolutely fine. I don't mind being there, and I'll show you what to do here. Find the funnel. So a little bit of backspin, couple of bars of left spin. You just move the target around until you see when you're moving the target, the tip of the ball guide really doesn't move. And you may have to mix and match your spins, but take your time. You don't really need to adjust. I find the funnel here, and because we've got wind right to left, I kind of set up at the right hand side of the funnel. Perfect ball. I do believe a great ball is still going to drop. And you'll see there, ball funnels very, very nicely. As long as you are in the right spot, the funnel will work. Okay, tailwind again on this par 3. So a navigator, 0.8 top spin. And setting up here, looking at the blue ring, just being away from the bunker. What I don't do here and what I think we should do is aim at the pin. I aim a little bit to the left here, thinking the wind is going to push me right. Max plus 40 is the adjustment here. This is a very, very difficult hole again to dial in because it's massively downhill. But it's one of those, if you drop it, brilliant. Take it and move on. But if not, it's a safe birdie and you're only spending a navigator, so you're not even draining yourself of kingmakers. But this one bounces very nicely, but just look at this, we do miss on the left, so I think just aim more at the pin and that would have dropped. Lovely speed though, so the top spin is good. Hole 5, another one where really we're just going to take the eagle. It's a nasty wind angle for anything else really. Could have been worse, but you know, we're not going to be getting albatross here. Add your spin, 3.8 top, 3 left spin, white ring touching the rough at max with the quarterback level 9. And then we are not going to pull rings, we're going to push them because the tree's going to be in the way. Max plus 10, and look at how much overpower I'm pulling into. 1 ring there, and about 1.5 there. So I will adjust here with overpower. So 1.5, 2 rings, kind of what you adjust into really. Hit perfect, full curl to the left once more. We do need the kingmaker here really for the left spin and to cut down the wind. But we've been light on kingmakers all week, so I'm not going to complain. Anywhere around 325 is fine. Second shot, again, just a containing shot. Get it on to the green. Three back spin, 3 left spin. You know, you could go with more or less back spin, but just make sure your second bounce is beyond the fringe, really. We don't want to be falling short and you know, taking a turn for the worst into the bunker. So I adjust here max minus 10. Max minus 10. It is going to vary depending where you end up with the drive. So just have that in mind. Just get yourself safely on the green. If you do adjust into overpower, apply a smidge of it. Don't go overboard though. It's all about being safe and getting on to the green. Perfect ball, at least the trees are not going to be in the way, unless of course you hit a massive great right. But we're okay, and that's okay. You know, running to the fringe is fine, or a putt. Either is good. Hole 16 had a very unfortunate lip out on this one. So I'm going with the Goliath because we have tailwind with a katana. 6.2 top spin, 3 left spin, and set up here with the bullseye in the middle of the rough and with the ball guide going just to the hole. Max plus 10 is the adjustment here. Max plus 10. Tested this a few times, didn't get any glitches, so I believe this is going to be safe if you replicate it. So max plus 10, don't worry about going into the bunker. It's going to be okay. Perfect ball. And you'll see this one does bounce very nicely in the centre. Rolls. And we think we're going to get a hole in one because it's zoom out, but just takes the left edge. So you might want to tweak the aim point slightly, but one of those things that I think is just unlucky it didn't drop on the day. Hole number 17, tailwind here. Obviously if you've got big boy clubs and want to go with a Zerk, you can go max overpower 6 topspin, 2 left in the centre, but I'm just going with a more consistent approach here with the rock. And we're going here 2 bars right spin. I do go with click of backspin as well, but actually with sniper level 9 I think we don't need the backspin because we could be short on the second shot. So up to you what you want to go with, but anywhere around 0 spin and 2 right spin is going to be fine. Max plus 10 is the adjust and just hit perfect. And we just roll up to the middle of the fairway there. And here we're going to just use backspin and right spin as needed really. You can see, look, I'm just a fraction short here. But we are going to be okay. But if you can get yourself a couple more yards down there, it's going to be good. Sniper 10 obviously has 2 more yards, so not going to be a problem. Sniper 8 will struggle though. Max plus 10 is the adjustment here. Max plus 10. Again, difficult hole to drop this one, but you will have a chance. Spins will vary, of course, depending where you manage to end up on your drive. Perfect ball though, and we are bouncing. Decent speed. Again, just missing slightly to the right. Another day that might well have dropped. Hole 18 is a little bit nasty. I've played several attempts trying to curl or do a slice onto the main fairway, but really this is going to suit everybody in terms of club level. So I'm going with a Berserker. You can go with a Kingmaker, but you will need to give it considerable overpower. So a Zerk will take that out of the equation. Red ring touching the rough, second bounce clearly on the fairway. 4.5 topspin, 1 left. Max plus 10 is the adjustment here. Obviously in higher winds you will need some overpower if you adjust into overpower. But I like the Berserker. We don't risk the drive with like 4 rings of overpower as you may well need with a Kingmaker. So obviously it's up to you depending what balls you have available and if you're confident hitting perfect with 4 or 5 rings of OP. But Berserker is safe and it's nicely on with little or no OP needed. Sniper second shot, 3 bars backspin, and we do have crosswind here, so again just playing the 3 bars backspin, trying to get the albatross in here. We do need to adjust this a little bit more. I played here mid plus 10, however we needed to give it a bit more, so I would say go with 20% elevation here, but it will also depend where you are in your club distance. So you can, if you like, go for true distance of club. I will hopefully have a couple more looks at this and maybe get some references dialed in later on in the day. But still, if you don't drop the Albi, just get a safe drive and get yourself an eagle. This is a nasty win for Pro Division, but there you go. Just a little bit of tweak needed there. Good luck, guys. See you soon. Bye for now.